that are just joining us, we've not gone so far. We're talking about brand identity, digital branding, you know. So we are talking about digital branding. The meeting is being live streamed now. So I think less than 1 more minute, let it go live so that we can get other people, because some people are finding it difficult to connect on the Zoom, but maybe they can connect to us via YouTube live. So you can chat some of your friends, tell them to go live. They can go live and connect to us on YouTube. So I think we're almost done. Redirecting to YouTube now. Okay, now we're live. So the module is digital branding, and then we said digital branding refers to the process of building and promoting a brand using online platforms and channel. And then we said digital branding is beyond, it's not creating a logo. Digital branding is creating a brand for an organization, a digital asset. And we were using example, this Seaway Water as a case study. We said we want to believe that when this Seaway Water company came, there are a lot of water companies that were already in existence, Nestle and the rest of them, and some of them are folded, some of them are still thriving. Then we said this water brand, when they wanted sorry, the packaging, is it in a way that is going to build trust? Those are the things. Then emotion. Thank you very much, Ms. Zimmerman, for that chat that she wasn't hearing us. I hope you can hear now. Sorry. Now, is it in a way that is going to build trust? Then what's the emotional connection? Can people connect to the brand? For instance, I've worked on a project before, And the project, the client says, we want to start selling shoes. They now said that for every shoe that we sell, we take a 10% of that profit and we put it back in the society. I will give you another popular brand that a lot of us know that does it. How many of us know Domino's Pizza? If you know Cold Stone, if you know Cold Stone, just chat. Put your message that you know Cold Stone, because I want it to be engaging and responsive. If you know Cold Stone or you take Cold Stone ice cream, put your chats there. Now, you agree with me, if you don't know Cold Stone ice cream, if you go to Cold Stone, for every ice cream you buy in Cold Stone, there is a portion of their profits that they put back into charity, they put back into slum projects. Okay, I've seen some people, Eze Chioma says she knows Cold Stone. You will notice that when you go to Cold Stone, there is this, you always see a screen that shows the program that they are doing. There's this, they are back to slum. Okay, Amel Meziva says, I know Cold Stone too. Thank you very much for those feedbacks. You see that whenever you go there, even okay, Samsung SMH1 so also says he knows Cold Stone. You see that for every ice cream you buy, there's a portion of their profit that they put back into the slump school project. Now for me, this is the reason why I go to Cold Stone. There are a lot of other ice cream shops or vendor, but I know that anytime I go to Cold Stone, whatever any ice cream I buy, I know that there's a part of my money that is ensuring that somebody's in school. You know, that's an emotional connection. This is the difference. So you're not just one guy that build logo. You are somebody that creates a unique selling point for a company, and the company can sell with it. The other one is brand recognition. I was making an example for those of you. I said, for instance, if you see my cap, this Tech on Street, you can see it. Now, anywhere, this brand, do you create a brand that people cannot relate to? It looks as if this brand is looking like another brand. There's no recognition. A brand identity facilitates brand recognition, which is crucial for customer retention. You should design a brand in a way that customer can recognize, oh, I don't see this thing before. Now, something like this, it look like. Then you now look at competitive advantage. The competitive advantage are the things I talked about. What are the unique selling points? I just spoke about it. Like Cold Stone, I know that every time I buy ice cream there. But if you go to, for some of us that live in Abuja, whenever you go to Jabi Lake Mall, downstairs, there's a Cold Stone ice cream. There's another ice cream on the other side. But you see a lot of people queuing up to take Cold Stone ice cream. The ice cream is good? Yes. But I believe that a lot of people also buying because of their USP. We call it USP, unique selling points. That's under competitive advantage. The 6th point is consistency. Consistency is the key in branding. I told you it's a practical this thing. We are just running through this is the first day. We are just going to go through it, Brand, this material is going to be available for us. There's a live community group. There's a mentorship group. All this is for free. Join and continue developing your skill. Consistency is key. Now, as a brand specialist, if you are building a new brand, see, the colors they use here, this is sky blue, this is deep blue, this is gray, all this color. You are going to create what we call color palettes, where you are going to give it to them. Now, anytime they want to do any project, they have to always use this color combination. That's what we talk about consistency. So that whenever you see, that's why it's anywhere you see Coca-Cola advert, you will see that touch of red, you see that touch of black and white, you know that this is Coca-Cola. There's a way they present their brand. Now, consistency is key in branding. A cohesive brand identity ensures that all marketing materials, communications, and customer interactions are aligned with your brand value, your voice, and visual elements. So Bosse also says she knows Cold Stone. Thank you, Bosse. So let's continue. Now, increase value. If you build a good brand for a company, they will appreciate you. They will refer you because you will increase their value. Sorry, the network is just been crazy today. I don't know, but would would not get discouraged. Sorry. Then conclusion: in today's competitive marketplace, a strong brand identity is essential. You understand? I've said some of our instructors, our professionals are already up, they're already available. Um, um, Mr. Abe, if you're getting ready, you can let me know so I can join you in the discussion. You can just send me a chat in the chat board. So those are one of the best brand guys I've worked with in Abuja. You know, we are bringing you the best guys. You know, not just theory. You get to get first-hand experience. They will tell you about brands that they've handled. You can go and look at those brands in Nigeria and in America. And the fortunate thing is, the privileged thing is that these people that we are talking about, you will see projects that they are doing, not just in Nigeria alone. Mr. Biodun, if you can hear me, you would you also let me know if you want to come in earlier or you're still going to keep to the time by 1 to come on board. So in conclusion, so let's now go into the things we are going to be building as a brand person. What is your work every day? Every day, my work is logo. A logo is a visual representation of your brand. You know, it's often the most recognizable elements, you know, of your brand identity. It should be unique, memorable, and reflective of your brand personality and value. I've spoken about this over and over again. I said, see, this, my logo, Tech on the Street, is unique. It's memorable. Anywhere you see him, you go remember and say, now this guy, Caleb, it reflects my brand personality, simplicity, simple. That's what I always wanted to ring in your face. So the logo you build, and of course, you are going to deal with different brands, different companies, different people, because most times the brands you see are the representations of the CEO, the owners of the company themselves. Like I've been privileged to work with some companies that the CEO will tell you, this is the way I want my logo. And you, the brand guy, you feel say this logo is not fine, but surprising, that's what the CEO wants. Mr. Abe is going to bring up more examples that we all can relate with. You know, color palette, I already spoke about that. I said, if you are building a brand, you build colors that is going to consistently, it's going to be a brand voice, a brand communication. Whenever you see that product, you know that this is the kind of colors that even other content creations, other graphic guys, visual guys that work with the company, they can always follow this color palette and all those things. There's also another thing. I'm also showing you now the difference between yourself and the regular guy that you see in GSM Village or that you see in UTC and the rest of it all. You know, sorry, maybe a sec. You know, Nigeria, we are out of power, but they are going to turn on the gen. So then we talk about typography. See, brother, what you are learning today, some of you that already know how to use the tools that we are going to talk about, you will see that what we are talking about is packaging the way you use that same tool and do that so that you can get better value, so that you can get better recognition, so you can get better pay for your value. Typography. Typography refers to the fonts, you know, if you are that your Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, or the branding tool or the graphic tools you are using, is a type of font and typefaces used in your brand visual communication. Consistent typography enhances brand recognition and readability. In 2017 or 18, we did a project. I was on the team. Mr. Biodu too was on that team. Maybe he might reiterate that too. We're working with a German company, GIS then or so. We're also provide our project. The company will not want us to use a free font. The company will not want us to use a regular font. They made us pay for the font. And what is a lot of money in dollars, but that is a brand. So if I'm building a logo or a brand for a business, now you see me, I'll tell you this is the logo, this is the color palette, and these are the fonts that we use. Every time you want to work, these are the kind of fonts that you must always use. You know, then imagery and photography, it contributes to the visual storytelling of your brand. Consistent use of high quality and relevant image helps to create a cohesive brand. Voice and tone refer to the style and manner in which your brand communicates with its audience, whether your brand voice in formal, casual, or humorous, or professional. There has to be a consistent way that your brand communicates. Messaging and tagline. You know, I was talking about the tagline like slogan. Theirs now is what? On the go. You know, is a collaborative class where we are going to be looking at how we are going to be looking at creating a brand together and everything. Sorry, I think I've changed the network. So let's see. So sorry, I've changed the network now to another network. So let's see. We should get better internet now. Sorry, I've changed the network. We should get better internet now. Um, we're talking about the messaging and tagline, you know, the unique selling points. So we are wrapping up customer experience, you know, interaction that customers have with your brand, from customer service to quality, you know, quality to contribute to your brand identity and exceptional service and the rest of it all. You know, introducing the key components of your brand identity, such as logo design, color palettes, typography, and visual elements. Now, if you want to build a brand, if you are jotting down, this slide is also available. If you don't want to jot down, don't worry, we'll share you the slide. If you want to build a brand, the things I said we are going to be working on, you know, one is that understanding your mission and vision. What is the mission? See, this project that we are saying, it comes in different levels. As soon as we are done with this training by tomorrow, start telling people that you're a brand specialist. And people will say, okay, I want to start a new business. Do you know if you come up with the entire brand document for a business, my brother, you cannot charge less than 100, 200, 300, 500, 1 million, depending on the person you are dealing with. If I want to work with a fashion brand now, and the lady says, I'm a fashion designer, I want to open my clothing line. Now, I'll ask her, what kind of clothing is she into? Maybe she says she sews for female wear. What kind of female wear does she sew? She gives me the details. Then we now start looking at it. Do you already have a mission and vision? I build the mission and vision based on the kind of business, the kind of sewing that she does. Then I go into, does she already have an audience? Now, the audience is, who are the people she wants to sell to? Okay, she says, I can sew for all age. Or she's saying that I only sew for Gen Z baddies. Or I only sew for ladies within 25 to 32, or I only sold for ladies within 20 to 28. Do you understand? So that kind of information will help me to know the kind of audience, and that information will also help me to know the kind of logo I will build for that brand that will be appealing to the Gen Z body. You need to understand that all these are connected. If I build a logo that is for old people, and the kind of people she wants to be sewing dress for are young people, when those young people see that logo, they will just pass it. They will not even know that, this same person can actually sew well. So that's why you see that we have to tie the mission and vision, the audience together. And that will also determine the kind of logo we are going to create. Then what are your brand values? Oh, we show you wears that gives you class. We show the personality, and all those kind of stuff. Then determine the unique selling point. We've spoken about this earlier. I already spoke to us about it. What are the unique selling point for that brand and everything? Create a brand story and messaging. What story do you want everybody to know about this brand? You understand? What story does people, Elon Musk want people to know about them? What's the brand story? What's the story for Coca-Cola? What's the story for malt? You create what's the brand story for Indomie? Then you design the visual identity. Those are the things we are talking about. Then you develop the brand voice and tone. You craft your brand guidance and the rest of it all. Then brand personality evaluation. Then we go into the live project. So for some of us that have laptop and your laptop is connected to the internet, you can join us on this live project. But for some of you that have iPad, you can join us on your iPad. For some of you that have maybe 2 phones, you can still join us on your phone. Like now, the platform we are going to use for the live project is called Canva. And the reason why we are using Canva is because one of the things we are trying to put out there is that tech on the street, we want to teach you a skill that you don't need to say, it's because of something. That's why I never start. For you to join this program, it means say you don't get everything where you need to start the program. And I need us to understand that message. Tech on the street, all the skills we will teach you, down to website building, down to for people that are interested in website building, you join the website building class. People that are only interested in digital branding, you just stay on digital branding, you join the digital branding community, you improve on it, and all those things. But what we are saying is that any skill we are going to teach you with your phone, with your iPad, with your laptop, you can start. You don't need money. You don't need anything. The data that you are using to watch the class is the same data you are going to use to start the class. So now, let's get started into live projects. Now, I'm going to ask a question again. Does anybody have a business in mind that you want us to create a brand for? Drop it in the chat box. Let's see it. If you have any business in mind you want us to create a brand for, I'm waiting, because I don't want it to be that I just started something because I'm using an example because that's what is easy for me. I want it to be something practical, something live. So I'm waiting for a response in chat. Do you want to start a new business? Your business can even be that you want to start your digital agency now, or you want to start a branding agency, then I'm going to show you all the tools that I use to work. Good. Thank you. Jeremiah Ogala, Arts Gallery to say artworks. Perfect. Jeremiah, I see you. Now, let's see whether we're going to get more. Maybe during this class, today and tomorrow, we'll see whether we can handle 2-3 brands thereabout. Then I'm going to start with the one I have here. Then when the other specialists to come on board, they are going to add more. You see a lot of people, pepper and tomato business. Nice. 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 I'm waiting. Because I want it to be that by the time we are done, we will say these are the people that have started the business, Anyone, any other person? I need one more. Food and supply business, Gary business in sale. Thank you. Okay, I've seen Mr. Femi to sell fashion. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to Okay, we got it enough. You know, sales of fashion, okay, fashion, pepper. So what we'll do is that one, I'll start with Mr. Jeremiah Ogala. We'll do Mr. Femi too. Mr. Femi, I want you to be specific when you mean fashion, you know, more specific, what kind of fashion, so that because you see, based on the storyline, what we've talked about, so that we can know what kind of fashion you're talking about. You understand? So now, everybody, please open your Canva. Now, let me tell you this tool we are going to use today is called Canva. Now, just as I've said, I don't want to bore us. So everybody, you see what I'm doing right now? I'm going to Google. So you can go with me to Google, everybody. If you have two phones, use one phone to join the class. Use the other phone. Okay, I've seen pepper and tomato in basket. I've seen all those ones. Okay, everybody go to Google because I want us to see, say this thing no be the story. Type in Google, Canva. I want to do it because of us. If you are watching me from your iPhone or from your Android, you can go to your Play Store or Google Store and go and download it in your phone. If you are watching me from a computer, go to Google and type Canva, or you go to www.canva.com. If you have done that, go to your chatbot, say you have done that. You see, everybody have gone to Google, and the first link that came from Google is this is it here. You can see my screen. I clicked on it. So if you have done that, so that you, as we say, this is a practical class, then it's going to ask you, let me sign out so that you see this is not what it's going to show you when you log in. It's going to show you to create accounts. So if you all can see the screen, and this is what it's going to show you when you go there. So you can click on create account. Please, if you have created an account, please reply yes, you have created an account. Let me show you what it's going to show you to create account. Have you all registered? Have you all registered? Because as I'm doing my own here, you can even be doing your own. So this, can you all see my screen? This is what you're supposed to see. You see sign up. If you go to www, you can see canva.com. You click on sign up. When you click on sign up, it's going to ask you continue with Gmail. That means, do you want to use your Google account to log into Canva, or do you want to create a profile on it? If you want to create a profile on it, you click on continue anyway. But me, I already have an account. So I'll click on continue with Google. Now I want to show us two things. If you look at my screen where my mouse is down here, you see that there's an account called Caleb Moru, the first one. That account is my personal account and is a free account. Everybody can create a free account. Then if you see the account down, this other account is Susan Umoru. That's for a lady that happens to be my wife. She's her own account is a premium account, is a paid account. But what I want to do right now is I want you to know that whatever I do with this free account, there are just little things that I cannot do that this paid account can do. So those are the things I want us to know. So for now, I'm going to log in with my free account so that everybody that has free accounts, I think somebody has registered. You know, people have registered already. People are done. People have logged in. I have an account already. Show has an account already. Very good. Boss has done. Hello, sir. We can't hear you. Yeah, I can see some people's screen. Ezima has shown me a screen. Okay, to show that she already has a personal account, which is free. Ezima, that's nice. Mr. Femi, yes. Okay, he also has an account. Oh, sorry. Sorry, please. Can you, I believe you guys can hear me now. What's unique about your art gallery? Please. If you can hear my audio, somebody should just type in. I can hear the audio now. Hello? Okay, thank you. Thank you. So, Mr. Adeyemo, I think Mr. Adeyemo is there. What's unique about the art gallery? You know, we talked about this thing. Can you just tell us something briefly about your art gallery? What's different about your own? so that we can go and start so while we are discussing this, some of you can create your account, because what I want is at the end of the class, I want it to be that you have also created other things for yourself. If Mr. Demo is there, please can you tell us art gallery? That's Mr. Jeremy or Gala. Can you tell us you want to create an art gallery to sell artworks? Can you tell us what name do you want to use? What name do you want to use? And what is unique about it? You know, these were the things we said. We said that if I'm meeting up with a client, I'm going to ask the client that what do you want to do? How do you want to go about it? We are waiting. Or if he's not ready, Mr. Femi. Okay, the name of my art gallery is Jeremy Art Gallery. Okay, thank you. Then what is unique about it? What is special about your own? And I have a logo already. Okay, if you can share your logo with us on the chat box, then we'll look at it. But what we might likely want to do is that we might want to build a completely new brand, which is what we said we're going to do. Or what we intend to do is that let it be that at the end of this training, there are businesses that we built them a completely new brand from start to finish. If you have a logo, you can share with us. We would appreciate, but if you don't have a logo, then we can eat it all started. Is there anything unique about your brand that you want us to know? If there is. Okay. We are still waiting to know. Okay. The uniqueness about it is to have artists all around the world exhibit their works in my gallery. Okay. Then the question is your gallery, is it a physical location gallery or is it a virtual gallery? Like you are going to have a website where people can send in their works. Now, can you see the way I'm engaging Mr. Jeremy? That's the way you discuss, because eventually you will see if his gallery is a physical gallery, we can infuse a design of a home or of a art studio or of a art galleria in the logo. But if the gallery is a virtual gallery where other artists can exhibit their work in his gallery, you can build a logo that might not necessarily have to show all those things. Okay. Mr. Abe, at this point, should we have you on board?
Okay.
Let's hear from Mr. Abe before we go into practical.
Okay.
Mr. Abe, we are listening to you.
I'm trying to. Okay, I don't know if I can share my screen.
Mr. Abe on board. Yeah, you can share your screen. Okay, sorry.
Can you hear me?
Sorry. Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you. Yeah, we can see you.
I believe you can all hear me, right?
Yeah, we can hear you correctly. Very well.
Okay. So basically, I was trying to see if I can share my screen.
Can you share it now?
It's extremely very low. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can see you.
Okay. It's so difficult sharing my screen from here on my phone, but let me see.
Okay, you can do what they call screencast.
No, from this thing, I can't. Okay, let me just use my laptop then.
Okay.
Okay. So
sorry, Mr. Abe that is joining us is a brand specialist, and he's worked for a lot of brands in Nigeria and abroad. So I also want him to just put some lights, Today, this, like our first 1 hour, we've spent barely less than 1 hour, is more of the practical, theoretical, anything. As soon as he shares more light to what he's done, he's going to show us some practical works he's done. From there, we now take it up all practical. So while this is going on, for some of you that you don't have an account with Canva yet, please create your account. Please create your account so that we are all our hands are on deck when we get started. So, Mr. Abe, we are waiting. Please, for the rest of you that don't have account, if you have created your account on Canva, please send us a message that you've done it so that we can know how many people have created accounts. Because immediately we start, I will want everybody to follow us one after the other. And Mr. Abe has a lot of specialties in using Adobe Photoshop, Illustrator, Canva, CorelDRAW, a lot of tools. So you see, yes, Mubarak, he can share screen on his phone. I don't know why he's having issues with sharing screen. Thank you for that information. So, okay, I can see Dave too. Dave is done. He's done. So we are still waiting for other people, Yeah. Okay, Mr. Abe is back. Can you share your screen now? Okay, Prosper 2 is done. Thank you, Prosper. Prosper is done now. Thank you. Okay, Bosse, thank you. It's not Dave. That's Bosse. Thank you. She's also done. We are experiencing 1 or 2 technical issues, but don't worry, it's just the first day. I believe a lot of these issues will not repeat from subsequent training. Okay, Mubarak, what we are doing is we are creating an account. If you can hear me now, we want, for those of you that don't have an account with Canva, we want everybody to create an account with Canva, because immediately I go in and I start designing for a brand, it's just going to be very, very fast. And I also appreciate if at the end of today's class, I can see what my students have done. And everybody can start sending in their designs to our community. Mr. Zoza, they are brand specialists in different companies. And just as I said, you can Google their profile. They work for companies in Nigeria and outside the country. And these people have volunteered to train young people. They have also volunteered. We are not paying them. It's just out of their tight schedules. They've been able to create out time to spend time with you guys, to teach you guys new skills, and to also see how you guys can, live the life of your dreams. Jennifer, thank you for joining us. We see you. For Jennifer, we are creating now. Now we're done with the theoretical part. We're about starting the practical. You are on your phone or your iPad, or you can go to Canva, maybe your Play Store, your Android store, go and download Canva, Canva. Okay. Canva. Abe, you want to unmute yourself? Sorry, Abby, you can mute yourself now.
Okay, thank you very much.
You are welcome, Mr. Abby.
Okay, I would have loved to share my screen so that we can see one or few things that we can do even with Canva, because just like Mr. Caleb has said, we ask ourselves, a lot of people will tell you, oh, why Canva? What can Canva do? I would have loved to show from my phone, to share from my phone, but I was having difficulties. I'm still having difficulties. I don't know why, but
I'm
at
going
least.
to look into that now.
Okay.
I'm looking into that.
So if we look at...
Before you just start talking, I'll resolve it.
Okay. Just like Mr. Caleb has said, branding is everything. Just the same way your identity, when you say brand identity, just the same way your identity is everything to you. Your face, your name, the way you look, the clothes you wear, these are things that determine who you are. And same with branding. You can't say you have a company without giving the company a name. You can't say you have a company without giving the company a cloth. You can't say you have a company and you don't give the company a face. So your name is who you are. Branding is so very important because it brings about your recognition and it brings about difference. If we don't give ourselves name, if we don't give ourselves face, for example, I'm Tunde, you are Tunde Ojo, I'm Tunde Ojo, you are Okpe, I'm Okpe. There may be confusion in the market. Okay, want to buy, everybody is Mr. Beast. I say I want to buy from Mr. Beast. The next question will be which one? If every company that sells food is called Mr. Biggs. So you need to differentiate yourself. You can't say you have a company and it's not properly branded. And it comes in so many ways. It's not just only logo. Branding comes in different form, but logo is like the first phase of branding. What do I mean by that? Is the visual centerpiece of branding. It's what is the essence, is the core value of branding. So if you don't get that right, I think you already missed it. That's why you see us that we are taking our time to start with logo design. From logo now, we can start talking about so many things, like you have mentioned, your color palette, your topography, your visual, your voice. There's what we call voice, even in branding. Is the personality you want to be, is the value you want to be, is the target market. These are your voices. You understand? So we talk about that. And aside that, your mission, your vision, your value, they're also under your branding. So you must have a proper way of creating that. So if we are to use an example of our brother that's into I think Gary, that I want to say is Gary.
Okay.
I don't know if you are all following me. You can use that as a case study for this. And what I wanted to do is to show us what this thing what Canva can create, so that you don't just say, Canva, like he mentioned, I brand with CorelDRAW, I brand with Illustrator, I brand with InDesign, with Photoshop, with so many design platforms. But you'll be surprised that even with the smallest of as small as you feel your Canva is, it does a lot of branding. A lot of branding. I want to show you an example of what Canva did. This logo was done by Canva. And if you can look at it, you see branded on t-shirt, just like we were talking about. It comes with, you can see this was done just yesterday. It comes with the color. This is the color that they are into conventionally. It comes with the color, the font you want to use. This was done with Canva. You see, this is it on a big signage. It's somewhere around Gadua in Abuja. You can see. So you don't just, I want us to see how important Canva can be. You understand? You see some design that are done with Illustrator with so many things, but still, it's about you understanding how you want your things to be. And why do I say this? Many people feel when you say, oh, branding, your logo have to be very big. It has to be this. I know a lot of country in the world that their logo is just one circle and maybe just a red circle on a white background, and that is their brand. That is what they stand for. So it doesn't have to be too complex. But does it speak volume? Does it tell a story? Those are the things we should look at. You understand? Does it reflect your journey? You understand? Does it capture the heart of the people you are pushing it to? And you have to also look into it. Okay, if I'm creating a logo, how will the logo reflect on my brand items? What do I mean by my brand items? I want to do, you can see that the one on t-shirt. I want it on the t-shirt. I want it on my on branded on car in future. I want it branded on so many places. How will it come up? So with that being spoken of, I'll just take you directly to Canva. Me, myself, I'm not really a good fan of Canva. It's not because I don't use it. I use Canva, but not so often. But that doesn't mean Canva does not have its advantages. That doesn't mean that Canva is just a useless tool. It's not. It's just that you have to know what you are doing with it. So we start with this. If you've created your account on Canva, you see a place. I don't know if you are using laptop
So,
or you are using
guys, Mr. Abe is starting. Guys, Mr. Abe is starting a live project. So, he's my boss. Let him take the lead so that we would continue from there. So, please follow carefully. I think he wants to start branding already now. So
I must say I'm really sorry
just as I
that
said, if
I'm
you are
using this.
connected with one phone.
I had to use my phone to do this video because I was unable to share the screen. So I'm sorry if you have not seen properly or if it's not coming up where the way it should.
Abe, I want to try and make you the host so that if that can enable you share.
Okay, that would be better.
Check now.
Oh, better.
So try and share now.
Okay, I don't know if you can see my screen now.
You can use the Zoom on your laptop and still share your screen on your laptop now.
Okay, let's do that.
Hello?
Yes, I'm doing that right away.
And so that you don't have to share, but you're still trying to share from your phone. That's what I'm seeing here.
So that's what I'm doing now.
Sorry, guys. Let me just resolve that because I want us to have the full screen, you know. Guys, Mr. Abe is going to start with the practical for the day. So, so please, we said every one of you should try and register, create an account.
Okay. I believe you all can hear me now. Can you hear me now? Please, if you can hear me, just say yes, you can hear me. Okay. So can you all hear me now?
Abi, they can hear you now, but you know they mute their mic, so they cannot respond. They are telling you on the chat that they can hear you.
Okay, so I think we can start.
Let's get started.
I believe we've all created a Canva account. If yes, so we start from here. From your account, if you can see
Abi,
from
mute
there.
Techno. Mute Techno
No, it's not
BG6.
me.
Wow. I mute the guy, Techno BG6. Oh, he has muted himself. Don't worry. So let's get
I've done
started.
that already. So
Let's get started.
what do we want to do?
Sorry,
We want
everybody,
to
for the
create.
technical glitches.
I'm very sorry. I've been working on a lot of design of lately. So let's start from here. We want to do a logo. And let's say we want to do a Gary logo. If I may ask, the guy that want to do Gary logo, the first question you should ask yourself or you should ask your clients when they ask you that they want a logo is to sit down. In most time, what we do is to create a form of questionnaire for yourself. You understand? And sometimes you can do it in such a way that you sit down with the client and you ask, okay, what is your journey like? What kind of logo do you want? What kind of what is the aim of that logo? You understand? What story do you want to tell with that logo? So when you get that, it helps you to know the kind of logo you can create for a particular business. You must know how to choose a right font for the right logo. You must know how to choose a right color for the right logo. I ask yourself, if I'm using an icon, what kind of icon am I putting on a logo? This is where most people get it wrong. There's difference between a logo and logo icon. You understand? It's not a logo, just like the Gavi I showed to you the other time. It doesn't have an icon. It's just a text logo. You understand? And we have some logo that has icon attached to it. So if you are using an icon, what type of icon am I attaching to my logo? So let's create a logo. If I may ask, the guy that is doing Gary, maybe we can drop it on the group chat. What is the name of the logo? Or what is the name of the company?
Abe, that might take time. Why don't you start with this Jeremy guy? Since he already gave us all the details in the chat, check it.
Okay,
and he even said he had a sample. He even had a sample logo so that.
Okay, Jeremy at Gallery. So if I'm using Canva,
yes,
what am I supposed to do with this? I can just go from here now. We can go to create a design. You understand? And if you see from the left hand side of my menu bar, you can see that we have custom size, document, whiteboard, video. Under you see logo. I don't know if you can see that. Under Instagram post, you see logo. I'm going to just click on that logo and show you the pixels of your logo. Can you see that? So this is what it's doing. But this, I will not advise you if you are a newcomer to start creating something new for yourself. If you are just learning, someone like me, I can decide to say, okay, based on my area of experience, I can just start typing. You understand? But for someone that is just coming up with design, the best thing to do is search the kind of logo you are in. On our template here now, from our workspace here, you can see that we are already on the logo template side. What everything you are seeing around here is on the logo. You understand? It's on logo. So you cannot go to a search bar here, somewhere around here, and type the kind of logo that you want. I can say, okay, art. You see, immediately I'm typing, it's even showing us art design logo, architecture logo, arrow logo. So you can say art gallery.
You know, what we said is this is practical. It's not theory. It's practical. So follow him step by step.
So as I'm typing here, I also expect you people to also be doing same on your phone, on your you see the same interface. The way it is on your phone, you see the same way it appears on your laptop. Just minor differences. Someone is trying to say something. Prosper? Okay, I think I'm going to mute you now. So the way it is on the phone, like I said, is still the same way to appear on your laptop. So let's type art gallery. Can you see? As I'm typing, it's showing us some related art logos. See, this is what we have here. Can you see some sample that is given to me? If you are looking by the left-hand side of my screen, you see samples with name, can you see Avery Davis Art Studio, Dallas Black Studio, Lore, Angry Lion. Can you see? So you can now come to yourself and ask yourself, what kind of logo do I want from this? Me, naturally, I love minimalist logo. I love logo because of one, it's easy to brand. It can easily enter any design, any branding item. You understand? So by the time you put some complex logo, like let me show you an example of this complex logo. You see this logo here that I'm touching here is a complex logo. But by the time you brand it, you may have a lot of visual on the kind of clothes it can enter, on the kind of material it can enter. So for someone like me, I always advise people, go simple is always the best. You understand? Go simple if you can. But if you know you are already a pro and you know how to combine your thing, you can go pro. So, but for me, I like simple. So I can just look for a simple logo from here. This is a simple logo, this M. So, but because his name is J, it may not flow. The icon may not flow with him. You understand? But still, you can use this as an example. I believe that you are still seeing my screen. I believe you are all still with me. So let's use this as an example. So you see, this is the name of the logo, Motion Art. If you are with me, please let us know. If you know you are not, you can also shout us up and let us know that. Okay, the guy for Gary just dropped his name. Maybe when we are done with the art gallery, we can start with Gary. So this is it. We are having this. We already have an icon. Can you see what I just did? We have an icon that looks like a hem. We already have a motion art, and we have what we call like a slogan under a tagline under the logo. So I can just decide to say, I'm using this motion art. I just click on this motion art and change the name to Jeremy. I can decide to just make the Jeremy only the major thing up here and decide to put my art gallery as a tagline. I believe you are all with me. So from here now, I want to be sure we are all doing the same thing I'm doing. If you are not, please let us know. If you are having issue, let us know. Okay, thank God people are following. So we can see from what we've done, I would have loved to see some people's screen so that I also see what you are doing.
They are going to, we have a community, a Telegram group. A lot of them, we are going to add them. We are going to send everybody the link so that people can on board. Then they can also share their works for us against tomorrow.
Good. So just with this, we can see I cannot decide to delete this M. I can decide, you see what I just did? I just deleted the M. If I don't like it, I can decide to just bring something next, something totally different from what is there before, coming to my left-hand side, which is my element. You see where we have design by your left-hand side. I think I should have, okay, for some people that are using Canva for the very first time, you should look at the menu by your side, by your left-hand side. You see design, followed by element, followed by test, by brand, by upload, by draw, by project, by application. Design is where we are at the moment. If the next one I'm trying to do now is your element, you can bring in element into your design. What do I mean by element? Are you with me? Leave yes. So see element, I can decide to bring element into my design. In your element, if you see from your element, you see circle element, line element, logo, stars, frame. Can you see square, flower, crown, stars, so many things, fire, to as many things that you want. You can see it there. See camera. If you click on camera, it will show you different kind of camera. And this come in vector format. What do I mean by vector? By the time you increase it, you can put it on anything. It will not deform. It will not lose the shape. You understand? So that's why most people that are into this, they prefer to use Canva because they already take off the stress from you. You can see camera now, photo camera, video camera, different this thing. But because I'm presently using free Canva, you may not get most of these things. So I don't know if you get some of these things. If you choose them, you may have to pay. So if you have the money and you feel you can pay, you can go ahead because that's when you get some premium quality items and designs. So now I can just search art gallery. On my art gallery now, it will bring a lot of elements that is related to our gallery. And if I put logo just by it, or artistic logo, can you see? It's already showing me a lot of items that looks more like art. So I cannot decide to tell myself which one do I like among these. And from this now, you can pick anyone you like. You understand? Without maybe making payments. But if you want to pay, you can decide to go for the pro. How do you know something is pro in Canva? If you look at any of an item, you see something like a crown just by beside the item. When you look at beside an item and you see a crown, it should tell you that this item is a pro. Just like this one I'm touching now, you can see pro, 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 pro. So you have to pay for that for you to download those items. So when you see that, you should know this is pro, you can avoid them. But if you are paying, no problem, you can use it. So this that I'm touching particularly is a free item. I just brought it in. I click on it. Just by clicking on it, it comes to my design area. And from my design area now, you can see this. See, I just have to reduce this. And can you see what we are having? From this now, you can see Jeremy, art gallery. I cannot decide to ask myself, art gallery needs to be a bit colorful. You understand? Even though I like this color already for the icon, I can decide to work on the name, because everything is just a bit dull at the moment. You can see the Jeremy is white, the art gallery is white, so there may be a little bit of conflict when it comes to the text. So I cannot decide to say, okay, let me make one of these, maybe the name, and give it a color. Are you with me? So how do you give color to something? Okay, let's start before color. Let's start with the text. I may not like the text. This is the text that comes with leaks pattern. On your own, you can decide to now look for different texts. Can you see? We have a lot of good text around there. But you have to ask yourself, what kind of text will go for a logo? What kind of text? If I choose this, see a text I just chose now, Lemon Tuesday. It's looking a bit childish. It may not be so good for a art gallery. I don't know if you are getting this. So I cannot decide to say, okay, instead of using this, I can look for a text that at least speak more like an art gallery text. So that is when you not start searching for text. You see a lot of text. You have a lot of options for yourself. Sometimes it may take you time, because if you don't get this right, it will affect everything you are doing. If your logo is bad, there's no kind of branding you want to do on that logo that will make sense. So it may not take your time to look at different tests. And if you see, these are proper next tests. See, I can decide to use this Oswald. I give you this. You can decide to now say, okay, let me try this. So different tests, you'll be checking them until you have what befits what you are looking for. When you now see that it's okay in your eye, then we can go. So I will leave the testing for you. What I love as a test will not be what you love as a test. You understand? But this I must tell you, keep it simple if you can. And don't go in a logo, in a situation where people will use like 5-6 colors for a logo, except for a purpose of maybe showing diversification in your design. You should stick to at least 2 colors in your logo. What do I mean by that? Diversification of design? If I'm doing a design for maybe UN, for an NGO, I should know that, okay, I can incorporate a lot of colors into my design. But if I'm doing a logo for just my business, I don't have to bring a lot of colors into the design. You don't have to. You can just use as simple as 2-3 colors and keep to it. You don't have to use 5 text or 5 fonts when you are doing a logo and even a design in general. These are rules of graphics. You stick to few fonts, highest 2 in your logo. It's not that you want to write Jeremy, you use one for J, another text for E, another font for R, no, you shouldn't do that. You should just stick to a font, it's as simple, and make it readable. You need to write down all these rules because it matters. If you don't get it, if you look and see, this guy just did something now, and me, I couldn't do it. It's not that you couldn't do it, it's because you didn't stick to the rules. What are the rules? You have to stick to a simple and readable font. It's a logo. Logo is different from design. In your design, when you are doing design for your branding in future, you can incorporate another font inside your brand. What do I mean by your brand? If in your brand identity, you can say, okay, you are doing 3-4 fonts for your brand identity. Those fonts are fonts you are using. But the particular font you are using to write your name should be clear, it should be visible, and it should be readable. And you should keep it smart. I know we all know the meaning of smart. You should be specific about what you are writing. You should be able to know this thing, this is how it will stand up. So it's not that you just want it to just be just because you have a lot of fonts for you to use. You just want to use so many fonts. So I will go back to the logo now, which I believe a lot of us are also doing that. Can you see? I'm still looking for different name that can meet up with what I want to write. Can you see? We have all this, but I won't go for a test like this. See what I was saying. You can all see the way the Jeremy is looking at on my screen. It's not looking good. You can't even read the name appropriately. So if you want to do it, just keep it simple. I can go as simple as this test. See, Jeremy, simple. What is the next thing? If you look beside your text, just where my mouse pad is, you will see 27, font 27. This is font size. Your font size, you can increase the font of your text. Can you see? As I'm clicking it, the name is getting bigger. Can you see? And you can decide to reduce it. Please, if you are following, I would like us to indicate on your chat so that I know people are following me, that I'm not talking to myself. If you are following, please just indicate on the chat. And if you have any issue from the beginning to where we are, just let me know before I continue. Good. Gabriel is following. Prosper is following. Only 2 people are following us. Okay. I think others are following. Maybe they are unable to type, but we'll continue from there. So we have, okay. Oh, yes, I love it. A lot of people are following now. So we have our Jeremy. I just stick to this font, which is Anoho. And most times, someone like me when I'm branding, I don't just use in text, just for using of text. I think I have to meet someone at the moment. I don't just use the name just because of using the namesake or font just for using a font sake. Most I try to look for a font that reflects what I'm doing, that speak to my name or to what I'm doing. Most time you see me, maybe I'm doing a logo on popcorn. I can decide to use a font called popping. You understand? It's just my ways. There's no rule concerning this. It's just my own way of doing things. You understand? It brings about, when you are talking about story behind your branding, it brings about story behind your branding. You understand? If I'm using Jeremy, I can decide to use a font that's close to that just to speak more about that. But it's not a must. There's no golden rule concerning this. It's just my own way of doing things. So let's continue with this. So, like I said about the font, you can see from here, you can increase your font. You can just make it as simple as you want it to be. You understand? And this, after the font, you can see the next thing is your text color. You can change the text color to a color that befits. Immediately I click on the text color, you can see it brings us to our color palette where you can choose different colors. Most time, to most graphics people, you should know font, you should know color that speak to, and it's meaning of color that speak to a particular subject. If I'm doing, let me say I'm doing a IT color branding. I may not want to use green for an IT company. You understand? Because you have to look at what each colors means. I think after this, you can just check up on your Google, click on color and their meaning. You see what each of color means. So it helps you to make decision when you are choosing a color for your logo. If you see people will just bring colors just for bringing colors sake. When you are doing something that relates with earth, I should know green can work with earth. When I'm doing something that relates, if I'm doing food, except there's a story outside the regular rule of law or of branding. Except there's something like, okay, I branded a logo for a company in US. They call them Simply Greek. When we did the logo for Simply Greek in US, we used blue color. Why blue? We use blue because
The color is a simply Greek. It's a Greek restaurant. Let
That's
me
sort
make
of.
this person. It's a Greek restaurant. You understand? And if you look at Greek, a Greek national color is blue. The company is in US, but they call them simply Greek. So a company like that, we decided to use blue for their branding because of the nature or the story behind their branding. You understand? So when you are saying Greek now, the text we use for that logo was a Greek text. You understand? It's not just because you just want to brand, you just bring any color. Or so I won't say because I want to do a restaurant and the first thing that comes to my mind is a restaurant logo. The first thing that comes to my mind is blue color. There are some colors that go more with food. It makes food attractive. When you talk of orange, you understand? You talk of red, you talk of a shade of yellow, they go more with restaurant. When you talk of IT, you can decide to go tint towards your yellow, tint towards your blue. You speak more of IT. You understand? So you must know what your logo wants to achieve, your branding is. And that's where all the things Mr. Caleb has discussed about, talking about your color, talking about your identity. You need to keep to that. So when you now look at the color, I'm doing art gallery, I can decide to say, okay, what kind of color or who are my targeted audience? If I'm dealing with children, I should know that if I'm dealing with children and the art gallery is a children art gallery, what I will do is to just decide to break each of the tests. First, I won't use this test I'm using. I can decide to look for a kids test. We have to now say, okay, I can do each of this item, each of the letter J to be one color, E to be another color, R to be another color. You understand? Just like that, like that. But now, if I'm dealing with adult, that may not bring more of attraction. Why should I be using different colors so you have misrepresentation of brand? So you don't have to do that. The best way you can do for a logo like this, Jeremy, is to look for a perfect color that can go. I can decide to go towards purple. But most time, you may not use a direct, what do I mean by direct? You may not go to a plain primary purple, the real purple. You can just think towards a shade of purple like this that I just used, just an example. You can just go to something like this, a tea green color. I don't know if a lot of us are following. You can go towards something like this, even though this is more of a lady color, but it still goes with what you are trying to do. You can just decide to go. So if you look at it, this different colors, and you can decide to come to this place here and say add new color just above the color, the default color that you have. In case the color you want is not there, you can decide to add more colors. And this is where I love to work on. Because from this place now, see, I can just go through the different colors that we have, and you don't have to pick the direct colors. I don't have to pick direct green. I don't have to pick direct yellow. You just do more of in-between colors. And this is perfect for me. Let's say I'm using this. You can decide to use your own colors, depends on what you want. This is just a case study. You understand? So I cannot say gallery now. My gallery can just maintain the yellow. And for this class, you see, I can tell you that I have just a sample logo. You will tell me, oh, this is not looking very good now because this is just the class 1, 2. It depends on what you want. If I've been able to interact with the person that has this logo, I'll be able to now say that, okay, Mr. Jeremy Gallery, what do you want in your logo? What kind of paper illustration do you want? What kind of this do you want? What kind of this do you want? But for this, we are using preset, which is the best. For someone that is just starting this class, the best is for you to use a preset icon, preset text. Preset is easy for you. You won't have to go through the stress of you creating all this circle by yourself, creating the brush by yourself, creating all these dots by yourself. I don't know if you are getting me. So that's for that. And you can see, let me just show us through all the other things that we have on this. If you are used to Microsoft Word, most of these things will not be so difficult for you. What do I say that? After test, you can see bold. You can bold your test. You can see italics. You can see underline. You can see strikeout. You don't have to strike out a logo, because why will you strike out a logo when you want people to read the logo? So you can see this uppercase, lowercase. You can see in case you want to create lowercase of the logo, uppercase of the logo. Your alignment, your list, you don't have to do list. And spacing, this one matters. This is where most people get it wrong. Let me go back to the alignment and align back to central. So I do my central alignment. I go to this place, spacing. I believe you can also spacing. From spacing now, this matters a lot. You see a lot of people will do a lot of good work, good branding, but they are not getting the spacing right. And this affects logo. This affects our work a lot. But to be sincere, I will say I'm not still okay with this test that we use. So we can look for a better test so that we understand what I'm talking about. No. On this test, let's change this test to a better test. So now I can look for a better font. Let me just say Bibas. Okay, can we see this font? I like to use this font to type my Jeremy. Before I forget, some of us will say we want to move a particular text where it is. You see what I just did? This was where this was before. Immediately you click on an item, you can always move that item where it is to another place. This, by moving it, you click on this arrow box. You can see this arrow inside a circle. With this, you can move your item from one place to the other. So now, let me delete it so that I do it again. Delete this. To delete, you just click on your trash icon and to delete for you. So from this Jeremy, I can decide to change the font here to that Bebas I was talking about. Okay, good. I increase this font. You can bolden it. And this is what I was talking about, spacing. Spacing matters a lot. The way you space your work determines how it will appear. See this? Are you seeing the spacing we are giving it? The more you increase the spacing of a letter, that's what determines how your work will come out. You can see this. If I don't want to do
simplicity is the key. Simplicity is the key.
Is the key. So you have to get a way to know how to space your letter very well. See, it's too big, it's too much for me. I can decide to take it back. See, can you see? If I have this, to me, I think I'm okay. All I just have to do is to just increase the font size to as big as I want. This should not be bigger than your text. Your icon should not be bigger than your text. So you must know how to use your icon very well. I don't know if you are following. You see? And if you can see some line, immediately you carry an item, you click on an item, and you can move it by holding down your mouse. Even if it's on your phone, once you click, you hold down, you can move it to anywhere you want to move it to. You see the way I'm moving the icon like this? You just put it. This is too big for me. I can decide to just reduce it a little. You see? And to me, this is just a logo. You don't have to do too much. You don't have to kill yourself. You understand? The logo that sells, the logo, you've seen Nike, you've seen a lot of logo. They don't complicate things. You understand? Most times you see people want to do logo, you pack a lot of colors, you pack a lot of, at the end of the day, people will not be able to connect with what they want. You understand? So this is an example of just a simple logo. With this, I think I'm good with this logo. You save this logo. How do you save? We ask ourselves, how do you save? before I save, I would like to know if you are still following. If you are following, please let us know. If you have any question concerning the logo that we just created, can you please just indicate if you have a question? Okay, following. Bosse is following. So please, Bosse, we'd like you to also create your own logo, create a name, and send to the platform that will be shared to us after the lecture. Prosper is following, Gabriel is following. Done. Good job. Question, please, Gabriel, you can ask your question. Gabriel, we just wait for your question before we continue. So, Mr. Akele, I don't know if you also have anything to add while we wait for Gabriel's question. Okay, Gabriel is asking, I'm doing mine too. How do I write letter as a logo? Mr. Gabriel, I just said something the other time. I said there's a difference between a logo text and a logo icon. Let me show you an example. This thing I'm touching here, this color palette, this is a logo icon. You understand? And most people, you see people that have been branding for years, they don't even know the difference between this. This is just an icon that represents your logo. This is the text of the logo. Can you see? These are the text. Jeremy is the text. You see? Art gallery is a text. Are you with me? So if you say you want to write a letter as a logo, just like that guy I showed to you, then you may decide to do away with this. You may decide to do away with that.
Okay, sorry, sir. I don't know if you can hear me.
Yes, I'm with you, Mr. Gabriel.
Okay, let me show you my screen. Let me show you what I mean.
Okay. Mr. Kele, you're welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry.
Mr. Gabriel has some question and he's trying to also share his screen. So he said, how does he create a letter as a logo? Which is what we'll be doing, but he's trying to also see if he can send the screen.
Are you seeing this?
Yes, this is lovely. You created it just now?
No,
Good.
I saw this template, so I want to change this. So how do I do these letters?
Try to click on the S.
Sir?
Most time, if it's an icon, you will not be able to change it.
Okay, so how do I create my
yours? So that is where you know how to, we get to a place where you don't use the already created icon, where you create your own text. I don't know if you are getting me.
Okay.
So where we get to that, there's a place you have to, in a situation where you want to create your own text. What we are doing now is, okay, using a predefined icon and a predefined format. But you have to get to where you can create yours all by yourself. But some, I have access to this. Let me check. Where do you get it? What name do you use in session for it? So that I also save that, so that we can use that particular.
Okay, I'm working on a fashion logo.
Okay.
So I just went to design and I typed clothing. So it brought out some nice ones.
Okay, so I also will do that. Let me see if I can get that particular text logo. You understand? So if I can get that, we use that also. Let me type clothing logo, right? So if I can get that, we'll also use that. Okay.
Okay.
Can you see something similar? F and S on my screen now. You can see a lot of text. So that these are text
Yeah.
logo. Understand? Like I told
Okay.
you us the other time, we have icon-based logo, we have text-based logo. And the text-based logo, there are some that the text is also used to create an icon, just like D and G. This
Okay.
text is, can you see that? This text is
Yes.
also used to create an icon. You can see this L and F. So let's use this D and G as an example so that I also understand that what we are doing. Boss, we saw what you did. Wow, someone is already, that's my logo for my business. Boss, you just created this, you just created this now, or you created it long ago? So this is a very nice logo, boss, if I must say. Tops fresh vegetables. But we still say something. You don't have to put a lot of icon on your logo. You see this logo I'm looking at, this D&G logo. It's simple. You understand? You don't have to make it
That's a
too.
monogram. Earlier in the logo, I said there are three types of logo. We have the word mark, where you have to use the entire name of the brand. Like Jeremy, what Mr. Abe did, that when he spelled that Jeremy is a word mark logo. But when he now added that picture like a palette, so that's a word mark logo with a pictogram logo. So like this D&G now, this is a monogram. Like this D&G ideally probably is Daniel and Dalego. So if the logo is just D&G, is monogram, picking the initials. So that's what he's also trying to explain. So at some point, some clients might want you to build them a brand that their name is their logo. What they are referring to is word mark. Some client might say, we just want initials or some characters out of our name. That's a monogram. Some client can say, I want an infusion of one or two of it. Or some client can say, I just want a picture, like Apple. When you see the Apple logo, where they cut part of the Apple and you don't see any write-up of Apple, you know that that's an Apple device. Mr. Abe, please continue.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. So, like I was saying, Bose, you did a very great job. You created it just now. I love it. But just to add a little bit of professionalism into this, like I told you, I may not put that leaf on the T again. It's nice, it's good. But sometimes
I also want to say, Mr. Abe, that there will be a winner at the end of the training to just encourage. It might be a small token from Tech on the Street to encourage you to get some basic things so that you can actually get started. Just as we said, we want to create an environment where our youth can start doing things with skills. So at the end of this program, it's going to continue every weekend, different skills. But this digital branding will finish tomorrow. Then we'll look at whether we can bring it in upper weekend, because next weekend will be other training. The best, not the best person, but somebody that we can see that is advancing, is improving in this digital branding. It's not just the logo. Mr. Abe is going to talk about the logo, how you can create the mock-up material, letterhead. So Mr. Abe, we really have to be able to finalize on the logo so we can see scenarios where we're applying the logo on the complimentary card, on the letterhead, on the packaging bag, so we can see how we can completely build a digital asset for a brand. So I just said I should drop that also in. Thank you. Boss, it's a nice one. I'm impressed.
Very, very impressed. So, like you were talking about, the reason I brought this D&G logo out was because of what you did, talking about Gabriel. You understand? You see, this is a text-based logo. So immediately I click on it, you can start creating. You see, this is a text. Can you see? I can separate the D from the G. You understand? And immediately it brought a lot of options even under it that are text-based. This is similar to what you are doing. You understand? This is similar, R&V. They are all text-based logo. And they are monochrome logo. So you don't have to, like he said, you don't have to start doing too much. what you have based on what a client is saying. So I didn't see the S and H you showed me the other time. But looking at this now, I can decide to change this to your own name. Let's say your name is K. Can you see D? I can change the D. I can change the K. So maybe, I don't know. Okay, let me use your name. G and O. You understand? Gabriel Oluwafemi, right? So, and O.
Okay, okay. I get it.
Can you see what we just did now?
Yes, yes.
Please,
So
let's
this
create
is
Mr.
already,
Femi's brand, Gabriel Oluwafemi.
so we just create that. So you see the way it is now. We can see the way it flow with your GDO. And all I just have to do is to
Mr.
just
Abe,
say,
how much will you charge a client for this logo? Do you know I'm having goosebumps if
this
I want to
logo,
use this right now? I'm serious.
this logo, now if I'm to
Simple and
charge a client,
classy.
this, if I'm to charge a client, I have we have clients that we charge as small as 100K just for
I'm
logo.
serious. I agree.
You
I agree.
understand? And if you are dealing with a branding, you know, branding is full package, and that is where your money is. Most time you should go beyond logo. How I wish I have enough time to prepare for this class. You understand? This should
No,
be more.
we're having your board tomorrow, Mr. Abe. You cannot run. We are going to have your
Yeah.
board, please.
It
And I
should
believe
be.
the students will also decide if they want us to go a bit extra. I think we are available for them to go a bit extra. It's for them to see actually they are able to learn something and they feel that what they are learning, there might be a future in it. Mr. Abe makes a lot of money from all this. That's what he does. Like he's a government, he's a big boy. And not to flatter him, you know, just as he has said, he has clients in Nigeria and outside the country. And he can show you some evidence. You see, payments are done in Naira, some payments are done in dollars. And he works from his home and office, different places. So it's for them to choose if they
Presently, I'm
want us
working
to
from home.
go.
That's how you can start. You are hearing my children making noise. You know, this is the only time they have to see me, and they're like, "Daddy, daddy." So that's where you'll be hearing a lot of noise on the background. So, like we just did, we are creating Gabriel Oluwafemi logo. You understand? To me, simple. I love simplicity. I don't know why. I just love simplicity because one, it's easy. If I ask anybody what is Apple logo, you can, even in your head, you can remember. If I tell you what is Benz, you can easily remember. Most of these logos are simple logo. If I ask you what is Louis Vuitton, you remember Louis Vuitton. Louis Vuitton is just like this G and O that we are creating. Dolce and Gabbana logo is just like this also. So these people, they understand this thing more than us. And you see us, someone that is just starting graphics, we start creating videos on a car, you not put tire inside the house, you not put robots, someone will not be pulling the house, you say it's creating logo. Why are you killing yourself? You don't have to do that. You understand? Just go simple. When your hand is strong, then you can start going deep. I can decide to go deep in some logo. I can decide to create mad logos that even you all these Illuminati kind of things. But that is on demand. That is what a client wants. Therefore, they start go simple. G-O. Go simple. So let's continue with our G-O. We have Gabriel Oluwafemi. Gabriel, I believe you can see this. Let me not do mistake in your name. Oh.
Yes, I'm seeing it.
Uh-huh. So I don't know how to break it into two. It will spoil everything. Just Geo. So what is Gabriel Olafemi into? What do you do?
Fashion. I think he wrote it there in the chat.
Okay. So I was talking about spacing the other time. Why do I want it to be too big in terms of the spacing between? I can decide to close this up and decide to make this font a bit bold, maybe a bolder font. So how can I do that? Just for me to go to my font here, which we've done. I want us to quickly finish this so that you can see how you put it on items. Oh, man.
Mr. Abe is referring to mock-up. Then it becomes interesting then when they start paying you. So that we are also hoping that at the end of the day, you can also train other people in your area, encourage people, let them get skills. The Bible
Can
says,
you
freely have you received, freely should you give.
You know, when Mr. Caleb called me for this, I told him that people will not appreciate all this thing when you don't get paid for it. I just say, it's giving free. What can I do? Is my boss. You understand? So, but
We
to be
appreciate
sincere, I don't want us to take it. Me personally, I hardly teach people. And if I'm to teach, I collect a good sum of money to, to teach. You understand? I collect serious money to teach. So, Gabriel, I'll continue with your logo. I just chose a font for you. But me, like I was saying the other time, I can decide to go with a font that starts with G. Just my own way of doing things. I may be wrong, but sometimes you are the one that will determine if I'm wrong or not. By the time you finish your logo, I can just say Gabriel Oluwafemi. And next thing, what do? I can put another text under it. Gabriel Oluwafemi at the text box, fashion house. Sorry, I'm not using what you sent.
No problem, no problem.
I just say Gabriel Oluwafemi fashion. This one now, I've already made the first font, the first text to be closed. I cannot decide to say, okay, I'm spacing this. You see how this thing works. By the time you space this, it gives it this kind of different. So are you feeling what I'm talking about?
Yes, I'm seeing it.
You understand? So now,
I'm feeling it too.
This one and the first one you are writing does not have to be the same size. Fashion should not be fighting with your name. What people want to see first is the brand. And that is what, when your brand, you don't see Nike running around and say, we are into fashion, we are into fashion. You understand? You yourself will know when you see Nike, you know this is Nike. And that is why identity matters. That is when you are talking about branding, it matters because the way you create it determines how people will get used to it. When you are used to it, you don't need people to start telling you which font is who is these people or what do they do. People will naturally know what you do. So let's increase the distance again a little, and this is it. This is just your logo. I won't change any text. I won't change any color, just for the purpose of this. But if you have a particular color in mind, if I may ask you, your fashion, are you doing female fashion? If you are going female, then you can start changing color to maybe pink and all those. You understand? But me, for a fashion company like this, you can just leave it as simple as this. Yes, I can just decide to make this one a little bit, maybe different, a little bit, a little. Can you see what I just
Please,
did?
if you are learning something from Mr. Biodun, please comment on the chat to say you are learning something or just say interesting so that we know you are connecting what he's teaching us.
Good. Boss just sent another this thing. You see, Boss, this is, to me, it's perfect logo. Can you see? Tops, fresh vegetable, simple, direct. Anybody that see this, we know that, oh, this person knows what she's doing. You understand? By the time you carry this one, now this is your logo. I can just bring it immediately and put it on a shirt for you. Let's just put that same logo on a shirt.
You can lift it up from there and let's see more cups with it. Do more cup of Mr. Femi's own, and you know, today is the one and we are already doing so much. That's interesting. Like maybe it's Madam Boss said I'll win that money. We'll give her small money. She'll go and do the printing of those things. Then they'll send it across to our courtesy of TECHX on streets.
Oh, sorry. I believe you can still see my screen.
Yes, we can.
Okay. Sorry. I've not shut down my system for a long time a long period. So it's acting up. Okay, let me do this. For me to bring in, for you, or you may ask, I believe at least the way we are, almost all of us can create a logo just with what we have done so far. We can create a test logo, we can create a minimalist logo, we can create a monochrome logo, any kind of logo for now, we can create them. So let's do this.
Mr. Femi sent me one. Let me forward it to you, Mr. Abe.
You say?
Mr. Femi sent me one logo that I did. Let me send it to you.
Okay.
So that you can criticize it and he can reply you on chat.
Sorry, I couldn't send it on Zoom, so I've been trying since to
You can
forward
share
it.
it on the chat now. You can attach it on the chat.
It's not allowing me. Let me check my settings.
Okay, Abi, I've sent you what he did so that you can look at it.
Okay.
It's on your WhatsApp.
This is just it now. Mr. Femi, let me say something now. This is a
Yes.
good logo.
Yes.
This is a good logo. But see what we did. We have
Okay.
Dura, we have
Fashion.
Dura, Fashion, and we have Pop under. You
Yes.
use pink. I said something about this. Is it for children?
Yes, it's for children.
Okay, if it's for children, it may work. But still, since, to me, my own professional advice, since
Yes.
you already have clothes on as a icon, and the icon
Okay.
should not be as this, you can reduce this. Since you already
Okay.
have a color clothes as an icon, the text don't have to be that
Abi,
colorful
you can
again.
bring it up on your screen and let's look at it.
Okay, let me do that.
Okay.
Because me, I have an issue with the lemon green. You use a pink for
That's
Dura,
exactly.
use lemon green for fashion. Oh, and Abi, the major reason why we are bringing you on board is that, please, everybody, I want us to listen to this.
Can you see my screen?
Anybody can, not yet, anybody can design, anybody can go to Canva, but there's this creative aspect of design, of a digital branding personnel, that these people that we're bringing on board, they tend to improve themselves over the years. Now, the little criticism I'm doing right now is courtesy of the fact that I've also been around the sector for a while. I've worked with these people for years now. So I to some extent, I know the way they think. I know the way they see. For me, those are the differences. You see, when Bosse did something, we're able to make correction, do this. And when it comes, I'm starting now says, this is perfect. Now, it's those level of perfection. That's why we say we're also going to have the community, whereby even when you do a design for a client, you can drop it there. Mr. Abe can see it. I can tell you my opinion. You can have a refined design so you can get better mentorship, get better at it. When you produce something and people say, no, who did this? You can see some logos that they did with those D and G. You're just short, you know. So, Mr. Abe, you have the floor again.
I believe we can see the logo you did.
Perfectly, we can see it.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. What can you say about the logo? Please, I like to hear from people's view, please.
Please go to the chat board and comment. For me, I don't understand the write-up.
Let's go, because the essence, this is a hand-on class. It's not a class that we just teach people. If I teach, how do I know that you can do it? You understand? We have to comment. We have to be sure this is what we feel. This is what we feel. And I want people to communicate. You understand?
We are waiting for your chat.
I want your chat. I want your
Bosse and the rest of people in the crew. We are waiting for your chat. Jeremy, what do you think about that logo? We are going to be wrapping up very soon. Then we'll continue tomorrow by 12. At least tomorrow there are not plenty stories anymore. Bosse is saying too many colors. Mr. Femi, they say too many colors.
Exactly.
It's for children now.
Even though it's for children.
Mr. Abe will redesign for us now. We will see. From a professional point of view, him redesigning that same logo for us for children and see whether he's still able to pass the same message and not necessarily making it look like rainbow.
Yes, even though, like you said, even though it's for children, we should still know how to combine our colors together. You get? We should still know how to make it minimal. What I'm trying to do is maybe tomorrow we will work that same logo. You understand? So today, all I want us to do is to just, I'm trying to bring in some item that we just quickly brand down. Let's see how it comes out. The one we created. You understand? So let's see the one we've done so far. Let's see how you can just bring it.
Mr. Abe, you're also supposed to tell us where you get the mock-up items from, because we are training them. Now, I'm believing that Mr. Femi now, after this class, will probably go and try to refine the logo against tomorrow. And maybe now, if you now tell me how you got your mock-up material from, Of course, they now know that you should now show them how you drag it in, upload, then you browse the file to bring it into your working space. Then how you now place the logo on it, so that everybody by tomorrow, even before tomorrow, would have seen a lot of works done in the group. I'm also going to send the Telegram channel link so that people can start joining from the chat board, so you can start seeing some of your works against tomorrow.
Okay.
That Telegram link is just for digital branding alone.
Basically, there are so many ways you can get your mock-up. There are a lot of ways you can get your mock-ups. Most time you can get mock-up from maybe Free Pick. You can get your mock-up from Google. Even on that, all the Canva there, you can get your mock-ups. You understand? But most time, me, I prefer to just go through my Google, just download, like this one now, I just downloaded. It's not showing on your screen right now because I don't want to interfere with the system before it will start acting up. So what I just do is just to Google someone wearing a shirt. You understand? And for someone wearing a shirt now, I'm going to just drag in. What you just need to do is to just drag it in into your Canva. You just drag it the way you drag every other thing. See what I'm just doing? I just carry someone wearing a shirt. Oh, okay, the size is too big, sorry. And what happened was I saved it from my Photoshop. When the size is more than 25 MB, it should give you issue. So I just saved, I've designed on it before, but I don't want the design on it to show. So I just saved it from my Photoshop as I cleaned up what was on it before. But you don't have to do that. You can just save directly for your Google. Just type someone maybe wearing a shirt. You can just type a mug, depending on what you want to put it on. You can just type anything you want to put it on. Me, I'm just typing now. I'm typing shirt. Let's see, black shirt. On my Google. Can you see that? I just save it. I'm not supposed to use someone with a face. Please, when you are doing branding for a company, don't use someone with a face or before they will come and sue you for for a lot of things. So just avoid anything that can make you start using. And don't copy the same thing for someone that you are branding. Don't just go online and just start copying someone's thing for someone. It may implicate you in future. So see what I'm just doing. So I have what I brought in, but let me add a new page so that you see. See the guy I brought in. This is it. Can you see that this guy? Just a sample of what I want you to see. So where's our Gabriel? Oh, so, okay. I was doing it in another. Okay, this is Gabriel. So let me bring the picture into this place then. Are you with me? See, I just created a new page. On this new page now, I'm bringing the guy that is wearing shirt into the page, just like this. So now I can carry this Gabriel, this. If you want to select so many items at the same time, you hold your shift. If you are using system, if you are using this phone, you just press it. There's a way you press, the way you hold, you select so many items on your phone. You just select it together and you group it. You can decide to group it. I can decide to duplicate. After duplicating, I can decide to move this. This is what we are having. I reduce the size. I don't know if you are following. Oh, sorry, I didn't do the proper grouping very well. I left O. See? G-O, Femi, fashion. I can just move it direct itself and take it to what you are branding. This is an example of how to create a mock-up for your client. Are you with me?
With you, sir.
Can you see? So I can just rotate it a little so that it meets up with how the guy is standing. And you have your shirt brand. I believe we can all see this. So this is just a sample of how to brand. You see, this is a sample of this. I can decide to put it on anything, on a mug, on a. So someone will now ask me, if you are not using a black, if you are not using a black shirt, how does it go? There's what we call it, you have to interchange color when you are branding. When Nike is branding a white shirt, you see that they use a black Nike logo. The name will be black, the swoosh will be black. So and when you are using a white, you use black text. When you are using black, you use white. That's a way of interchanging your logo so that I can work on every mock-up or every branded items. So like this now, this is just an example. I can decide to go on my Google and decide to look for something else. What else would you like us to brand? Mr. Gabriel, is he with us? So we can decide to brand something else, maybe a jug or a cup. I should be seeing a lot of people sending a lot of things, you know. You understand? So that we are not just deceiving ourselves. Let's know if we are wasting our time. So I'm bringing another example in for us to see. I just save a cup on my Google. If you get to a state that you don't have to save on Google, you can create all these things all by yourself. You understand? And that's the level we are going to. Well, by yourself. So let me create another page. Let's create another page. On this page now, I want to bring in another mock-up. Okay. So we have another mock-up. You can increase the mock-up size. You can zoom in to see what you are doing. I can decide to carry what we branded here on this guy. This is just a sample. By the time you know how to create a logo, to do mock-up will be the least of your problem. I can group it and duplicate. And what I duplicated, I can just move it down. Just move it down, but it will not be visible yet. Sorry. My system is actually hanging. Okay. So we can, are you with me? This is what I'm looking for. You can decide to copy it from here and just pick. Yeah. You can see this cup. This was what I was talking about the other time. It's it's taking time before it comes in, but here is it. See it here. You see what I was saying? It's not showing on this cup. Like you see on this cup, it's not showing. Why? Because of the color. You don't expect white to show on white. And this is what you should know in branding. You must know that the color you use matters. So I cannot decide to go now and change my color to black for this. Black for black and for Oluwafemi, black. This one is still showing. The fashion is still showing, but it's not showing very well. So sometimes you can decide to make it a bit deep. Just from here, make it deeper. Just for the purpose of it showing on white. And this is what we have. Are we not? Gabriel, are you still with us? Gabriel? So we can see Gabriel Oluwafemi branded on a cup. We see the branded on a shirt. You understand? So
Wow,
this is
nice.
so this is just your logo on the cup, and you see your logo on the shirt. So we created it together. It's not that maybe I created it. It's not that maybe you need any professional. It's something you can also create now right away from your. You see it there. You see it on a shirt. You see it on a. So you see the way it appear on black, and you see the way it appear on white. So you have to give your client those options. See how your logo will look like. You should print it, see how it will, and this is the essence of branding. So now if I see this G or anywhere, I know they are talking about Gabriel Oluwafemi. What is Gabriel Oluwafemi into? They are into fashion. But the fact that they are into fashion does not mean you can't do a mock-up that is a cup. You can decide to say at the end of the year, I'm giving my client or my customer, I'm giving them a cup of coffee, or you decide to brand it. So this is how your work will look like. So I believe we all gotten something for today before we shut down and continue to grow. And if you have any question, I will gladly be here waiting for your questions.
Well done, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. Any question or questions? So as you can see that a Telegram group has been created for people that want to join digital branding. You can click to join on the chat. You can just click it and join if you want to join digital branding group. So if any question for today, in the absence of question, then we can call it a day. Do you have any question?
A little recap of everything. Mr. Abbey,
Huh?
do a recap.
Yes, before that, I want to be sure that there's no any question. Okay, in the absence of question, I will just do a general recap. How do we start? So some people, it's even the beginning that is the issue. And do you know the issue? Before I say what I want to say, branding is more about consistency than of, it's the more you do it, the more you get better with it. It's just like mathematics. The more you learn mathematics, the more you practice mathematics, the more you get better with it. And the same with branding. If you do it today, you do it tomorrow, you get better. I was not like this last 5 years. I was just, when Mr. Keller told me that I would be teaching Canva, I told him, how can I teach Canva? I don't use Canva. And that's the truth. I've only used Canva, I think, once. But because I have the knowledge of branding, because I have the knowledge of interfaces, that should not be a barrier for me. And the same way to all of us, you don't have a barrier, you don't have anything stopping you. In recent, you have hundreds or millions of excuses to give for you not to be good. You can tell yourself, I don't have a good phone, I don't have a laptop, I don't have this, I don't have that. But you need all these things. The data you use in doing your your Twitter to watch ball, to play game, to do some things can be channeled into use, making your life, making yourself, making your brand better. You understand? I'll show you this thing that was done with Canva. And these are guys that these are some of guys that are even trained, and they are coming up with design, they are coming up with content, with things, even on Canva. So you don't have an excuse not to do it. If other people can do it, you also can do it. That's what I've come to tell us today. So, and you don't be discouraged. I've seen a lot of people, I've seen in a situation where in a class like this, we start with 20, with 40 people. It's only the serious minded. If I'm able to get 2, 3 people serious minded, I'm okay. We've achieved something. You understand? So you have to tell yourself, if you really want this, you go for it. And this is an avenue, this is an opportunity for you to learn more. So if I were you, immediately after this class, I'll start going to Canva deeply. Then when you are very good with Canva, by the time we come, we can schedule. Then I take it higher for you guys. Now we not start talking about Photoshop, start talking about Illustrator, CorelDRAW, and so many other applications. So but for this, what I feel we should do, we should continually, consistently practice. The more we practice, better we become. So as a way of starting, like I said the other time, the first thing I did was to create a page. That was the first thing I did. If you remember, I started by creating a Canva page. On the page, I went to our home. From home, we now choose this we want, type what we wanted, like what we want to do. We said we wanted logo. We went to logo. If you still remember, we just search for logo. And from logo, from the search bar, we just search clothing logo. If you remember, we just type clothing logo. And from clothing logo, it took us to that particular one we worked with. And what we just did to that is to just edit it, to just change one or few things. And don't forget, we did a lot of things. We work with logo icon, we work with minimalistic logo, we work with so many, with monochrome, we work with text logo, we work with, so it just depends on you. But it all started with, remember, this was what we changed to Gabriel Oluwafemi logo. This particular one that is sliding. Then Galego. So you have a lot of options for yourself. See this, so many options. So when you choose it, what else you need to do? You need to know how to change your text. You need to know how to change your font. You need to know how to change your colors. And if you can do that, the rest is just history. If you can do that, the rest is history. So don't let us forget the basic things. You can do it. If I can, you also can. So you can do it. And that is the last message I have for you. I don't know if Mr. Kele has something else to say.
Thank you very much, Mr. Abe. I really, really appreciate, thank you everybody that have stayed up to this time. We started a bit late, and we really appreciate, Mr. Abe, it's been an honor having you come share with us your world of experience. And for our students, just as Mr. Abe has said, learning, they say, makes perfect. I want to tell you today, you might take these things for granted, it's fine. But just as he said, just one person, just 2 persons that take these things serious and can build a career out of it. For us, I think we are accomplished. So if we can start getting 1 or 2 people here and there in different fields, and we can make them tech savvy, we can make them improve on what they are doing, I think for us, we are achieving what we are set out to achieve. And most importantly, we are hoping that when you get these skills, you can also teach people in your environment. You can call us, you can organize people in your area, we can come and teach a larger audience. Because see, when you have an informed environment, if you have an informed country, if you have a youth that have skills, either digital skills or technical skills, you have a better economy. And that's the motive for this platform. We are hoping that with this advocacy, we can reach out to more teaming youth that truly want to learn something. You can see those are Mr. Abe's screens of projects that is doing. You know, you can look at
This
them.
is just the
These are
project I'm
real
working
work.
on today.
These are
I'm just
projects.
working on this.
If it shows you a lot of projects that is done, you'll be aware that is this the person behind all these brands. So we are bringing to your table, to your screen, good brand guys that you can find in the industry, in Nigeria, outside the country. You know, so please, same time tomorrow by 12. But I would encourage that let's sensitize more people. Let's tell more people. It's the same link that you have. Just send it to all your friends. Let this place be full. For us, that will be the joy. Like tomorrow, my joy will be that when we are connecting, I can see 200 people, 100 people. There's no room for us to take them because the platforms that we are using is paid for. So if we cannot get the number of people to come on this platform to learn, for us, we are not achieving so much. So please, these skills, the Telegram channels are there, is there. You guys should, whatever work you are doing even after today, send it in. Tomorrow we'll discuss it. We're able to start a little about the logo. Tomorrow we'll be going full into branding. Then the only thing we're talking about tomorrow, I have a 10-page slide I want to share with us tomorrow, is about audience. Because what I'm saying is this, we are trying to create brand specialists. We are not trying to create a logo designer, just as he said. A brand specialist is a person that can tell an organization that the brand I'm building for you, this is your audience. So tomorrow's class will be, I'll be talking about audience. It's a 10-page slide. How do you navigate your brand to your audience? So if you can connect your brand to your audience, then you have solved a major problem for that company. And I'm telling you, you'll be a sought-after brand specialist. For instance, Mr. Femi's logo that is sent to us, that logo that we saw, or for me, I want to call that brand that we saw, how do we connect that brand to an audience? For me, if I see that brand that Mr. Femi, can you see these are brand works that is done, and these businesses exist. This business in Metama, you can go and check it. You will see this design. Is this same person that is training you that did it? To be honest, if you want to get him to train you on the personal ground, you must be talking about 100, 200, and he might not even have time. He barely has time. You know, he's here today because the relationship of a brother, friend, and everything. So please, tomorrow, let's be here by 12. We'll briefly talk about the audience. Then we'll now move it further to start talking about everything will now be practical. This agriculture tagline, you know, you now start taking to how we can build a complete brand identity. You know, Mr. Abe is going to show us tomorrow how we're going to, from the logo to the letterhead, to the complimentary card, to the packaging material, to, what's it called? To signage. Then I will now move ahead to talk about website. I'll show you how you build a UI UX interface for a website, all complete digital assets that a brand needs. Thank you, everybody. If you have anything to say to Mr. Abe, maybe thank you to Mr. Abe. You can drop a chat on the chat board. See you guys tomorrow. But please, one person must come with 5 persons. You know that method. One person. So by tomorrow, I'm expecting 100 people on the chat line, 100 people as participants. Please, those are the people I'm expecting tomorrow. Let's do way better than this. We can do way better than this. Please. The Telegram group is for digital branding. Yeah, we said click to join it. Yeah. So we click to join it. Then tomorrow we are going to, I see Bossa is saying thank you, Mr. Abe. Tomorrow we are still having Mr. Abe is going to take a lead. Maybe he might be joined by some other guys, like maybe Mr. Larry or maybe Mr. Azusa. These are brand specialists. Mr. Azusa is from Lagos, but he's now in Abuja. He's a brand specialist guy from Lagos. So you're going to get a lot of people. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, Mr. Abe. Thank you, Mr. Gabriel. See you guys at the community on Telegram. You can send in some of your works as you are doing. We'll criticize it. We'll tell you from brand perspective. And at the end of the day, we are hoping that, you know, I also said I'm going to give you guys a free proposal that I wrote myself. I will share you guys the proposal because I want to see people that will say, I printed my proposal out and I went to this place to say I'm a brand specialist and they checked for my portfolio. You know, we are going to encourage you to go out to look for a job because Mr. Abe will guide you. I will guide you. Mr. Abe will guide you with how to price, how to charge, Because at the end of the day, I want to say this person came for this training, pick up this skill, and started making money. Then we can even start inviting you to talk and say, how did you come about branding? You know, how did you get to know this? How did you get to know that? And how have you been able to start making money from it? You know, those are the things we don't just want to teach you a skill that you just keep. And as we say, tomorrow we are going to be using a paid account. I have a paid account. That's what Mr. Abe will be using tomorrow and every other person, because there are some other things you'll not be able to do. You know, like for the logo you created, for instance, if you want to put that logo on the complimentary card, you have to be able to remove the background from the logo. And for you to do that, you need a paid account to be able to do that. So we're using my paid account to remove background, then we'll now place the logo on mock-up of complimentary card and show it and see, is this what you go and pay for? We'll design that logo here. We'll design that complimentary card there. Just go to the printing stations and go and print out your complimentary card. And, you know, at the end of the day, please jump on our Twitter, our Instagram page, our Facebook page, our LinkedIn page, drop us, engage with us, you know, tell us what we are doing on Tech on Street. Please talk to people about us. We appreciate. That's all we need. Let people know about what we are doing. Let's get more Nigerians to learn tech skills. You know, we say we are going to be teaching digital branding, digital marketing, website design, and we're going to be teaching ChatGPT. Thank you all. See you tomorrow.